jibber jabber technology, man. These cats got, but they ain't got to hold no mic. Wireless. What's a wireless, man? What's a wireless, man?
Wireless, brother? Oh, man, I don't understand how it works. Because what the fuck? How is something working without any cords?
Exactly. But you was the
on?
one saying, man, why you gonna have to hold a mic, man? You gonna look goofy. I'm like, man, look, let me do what I do with this mic, man, because it ain't gonna be covering up this beautiful face, man, that God blessed me with. This mic just gonna be where it needs to be, and it's gonna do what it needs to do. You know what I'm saying?
It'll work. It'll work.
It'll work out, man. It'll all work out.
All right, now. Okay, let me pour a little shot.
Yeah, I want the copyright shit, man. You know, you gonna block that shit out. You can do that. Yeah, let's get this started.
Yes, sir.
Cause this is gonna be a juicy, very juicy conversation, man. Pause, like them young bucks be saying. You gotta pause.
You gotta pause, brother.
Gotta pause. Right here, sit right there.
That looks like it's destined for failure.
Oh man, I ain't destined for failure, man. I'm right here with it. It's like a panel. You know what I'm saying? Next question. Shit. Next question, baby. Cheers to that one.
Yes,
cheers to the panel mic, man. Hood rigging it. See, I like that. That go down smooth than this, man.
That D Serrano.
Yes, sir.
That Tony Montano. Oh man, brother, we've had some conversations before we even started the show. Actually, let me try to introduce the show for once, because we just get into it. If y'all never seen the show before, this is called the Freddy Christmas Show. I am Freddy Christmas.
And it's your brother from the 5th District, Brother Ruckus.
The one and only.
The one and only.
Yes, sir. And this show, at first it was an idea to inspire and speak to truckers. I was a trucker myself, and as I was on the road, I'm like, they ain't nothing for the people. They ain't nothing for my brothers. And I wanted to make something for my brothers to listen to while they're on the road. You know, while they're doing their thing, 12 to 14 hours a day.
Damn.
I feel like there's many podcasts that I've heard, but we need one. And I needed to bring you on so you could also involve the revolution within the talks.
Because really, when you think about it, truckers are carrying a revolution. You know what I'm saying? To keep the revolution going.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? What is a trucker's job?
Yeah.
To deliver whatever is on the back of that muff to the next.
Yes, sir.
And they can be delivering revolution.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to all my truckers delivering revolution, man.
Shout out to our truckers.
We gotta get the soundboard, whatever they call them things. They a soundboard, man, to give them a hand clap, brother, because y'all need it, man.
Yeah.
Y'all definitely need it, man. Giving y'all roses
sir.
right now, brother.
I guess, so the conversations we was having today, they was all based around relationships, love, single life, the struggles of the dating world, struggles with men, struggles with women. And
you got to correct that too, man. I ain't just talking about relationships as boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm talking about friend, brother, dad, mother.
Yeah, it went deep.
All type of relationships, man.
It went deep. And yeah, I just like to keep the conversation going. Really, you know, my brother, remember we spoke about him in one of these episodes. My brother Steve Premier, the DJ.
Yeah.
Yeah, recently he went on to a podcast with a couple other brothers of mine. Cadet, shout out DJ Kid. And I believe the podcast is called Kennel Talk.
Kennel Talk?
I believe it's called Kennel. That's funny, right?
Like a kennel?
Like a kennel, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I like that.
Yeah, and in the podcast, they wanted to bring Brother Steve on because Brother Steve has no business. He doesn't want no business with no black women as a black man himself.
What you mean, like a business, like a relationship as in boyfriend, girlfriend?
Exactly.
Or just friends?
Boyfriend, girlfriend.
Okay.
He does not want to date black women.
Hey, man, that's that brother's provocative.
Provocative, that's what it was. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It is. And they brought him on, and I do want to play you a little clip from there. I gotta figure out how to work these the Bluetooth. How do I turn this? Oh, there.
Yeah, you see it, baby. Just press it. Just click it. Yeah, there we go.
There we go, right there.
The nigga who got that soundboard, who made that soundboard, he making money.
Oh yeah, smart man.
Every time this bitch turn on that,
right into his pocket.
Right into his pocket.
Yeah, so this is a Kennel Talk podcast with DJ Kid G and Cadet the Bold-Legged Assassin.
All right.
And not only did I have my brother DJ Steve premiere onto that thing, but they also had my other brother Lewis. And yeah, it was a great talk. The podcast itself is running.
Lewis, the brother I met?
You met brother, yep.
Brother
yes,
Lou.
Brother
Shout
Lou.
out Brother Lou, man.
Yes,
How you doing, my brother?
Yes,
and
sir.
Brother Steve.
Hey,
Miss y'all, brothers.
So, yeah, the podcast runs 2 hours, and this is just a piece of it.
Damn, 2 hours.
Yeah, we ain't gonna run through that whole thing now, but I do want to play this piece and get your thoughts on it. Here we go.
Alright, so this guy, bro. Alright, so this is why I asked you and Lou on, right? Because y'all grew up in the same place, but like, Lou don't discriminate, but I know Lou, he be having his, black chicks and shit like that. But Steve, where the fuck did this shit come from to where it's like you do not fuck with black chicks, bro?
It's a long story, man.
Hey, we got time. It's Kennel Talk.
We got time. These black girls, man.
Ah, shit. Hey, hold on. Before you start your story.
Yes.
Hey, yeah.
That a baby?
Disclaimer, this is, whatever the fuck he says is not the views of Kennel Talk Podcast, okay? It is not the views of Ken G or Cadet the Bold-Legged Assassin, because I'm pretty sure he about to say some wild shit. And don't sugarcoat shit, nigga. Say what you gotta say.
Yes,
I'm gonna
sir.
make sure you don't get your Instagram on here, because they gonna kill your ass.
I could care less.
Yeah.
They don't pay my bills.
I feel you. I already know what time you want.
So I could care less. But no, let me get my charger real quick.
So, okay, in the meantime, while he's getting his charger, so Lou, y'all grew up in the same place. You was around a bunch of like white girls, Spanish girls, but like, how do you still, stay true to your roots? And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with veering left or right, but we're gonna see why I brought Steve on in a little bit. But yeah, why you still stayed like where you was
I
at?
mean, for me, I've always been attracted to like black women and Hispanic women. To be honest, I've never been with a white one.
Okay.
People always think that, like, I don't know why. I guess the way I talk or something, that I like white women, but I never been with one.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's the longboard, nigga.
Wow.
You a different type of nigga, bro. But you still
Wow.
Brother Lou.
Brother Lou.
But I don't know. It's a physical attraction thing. I like black women. I like the way they talk. I like everything about black women. But I guess for Steve, it's different. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Black people are different. We're not monolithic. We're not like all the same. So
He did say keyword physical.
if you like other women, just don't disrespect black. You can
said
like
all
your
things,
women, whatever. Just that's all. For me, that's all. But live your life.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Cause Steve.
I've never disrespect. It's just like you want to criticize they think you hate them, and it's like they're not God. They can be criticized too. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what's the criticizing? Give me an example of your criticizing, sir.
Oh my God, dating a black woman. The one thing about a black woman hates more than anything in life is seeing a nigga happy. If a nigga's happy, she is in like distraught. Like, what's going? Like, why is this nigga so happy? Like, and the accountability factor too. Oh my God, you cannot tell a black person is wrong about anything in life. Like, and that's not really a black.
We gonna let you get that out.
Whoa. Lord.
Oh.
I feel like that when he's eating them chicken wings,
Yeah.
edible, Edna, whatever that black guy is from the UK, man. I feel like that.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I just said, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
You ready?
Ready like spaghetti, man.
All right, we back on.
The same problem. That's just like a woman problem in general.
Okay. Have you dealt with that? You dealt with that with white girls, Spanish girls?
Sorry, maybe 5 times my whole life. Like the words "I'm sorry" from a woman, maybe 5 times. So, but with the black woman, it goes back to slavery, really. Just because they're not able to submit. If you ask a black girl to submit to their man, they think it's like the worst thing you can say to them. And I'm like, if you go to another, like if you go to a white girl or a Spanish girl, yo, they treat you like a fucking king. You go to Europe, bro, they will fucking wash your balls type shit. Yeah. But black girls barely like sucking dick. So it's like, there's a disconnect with that.
Statements from Brother Steve.
I can go on and on, bro. And this is not really a hate thing, because I fuck black girls. I mean, I have.
Okay.
I've probably fucked more black girls than all of y'all.
Nah, negative sir.
Yo.
Negative sir.
Maybe not.
No, don't put me in there. Kid G. Maybe not more than Kid G. I have a very low number, okay? I can account for all my people.
Saying, like, it's just that I would never, ever, 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 ever be with a black woman.
Damn.
It's just me, because I would rather be with a different race.
Sound like a homie.
Your reasoning,
I just like it more.
The reasoning is what exactly?
One, they're not able to submit.
Okay.
They want to be the nigga in the relationship. Like,
do they want to be the nigga because there is lack of thy nigga in the situation, or?
Fair question.
you could say, because it all perpetuates society and how, like, they say niggas ain't shit, but there's a lot of niggas in my generation that are stepping up, that are not deadbeats, that have good jobs and doing their thing. So I'm not saying it's all necessarily their fault, but a lot of black women have to look in the mirror and have to realize and figure out why is there's a lot of black men that love black women, like a lot.
Here on the pod, here we are.
But there's also a large amount of black men that don't fuck with black girls.
Same for women
and
black women.
They have to look in the mirror and be like, why is that? Why is that like a large proportion of my own men don't fuck with me? But they'll never do that. They'll say it's the white man, they'll say it's us, they'll say whatever fucking reason that they can think of, except actually look in the mirror and be like, there's something that we have to change as a group together. And you know who I blame? I blame the City Girl bullshit. I blame the Cardi B bullshit. Because if you go on their playlist, that's all they're fucking listening to. Oh, I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't need a man, I'm independent, this, and that. Like, I'm an old head, so, like, roles are important to me. I'm not saying you want to be better than me, but we need roles.
Exactly.
Like, if I'm going to take out the trash, I'll take out the trash. If you're going to cook, type shit, you know? But with a black woman, oh my God.
It's the issue, man.
That is not even a possibility.
But okay, so what you had like one experience with a black woman where you felt like it was this, that, and the third?
That's what I hate when people say it's one experience.
I'm just asking.
I'm 30 years old, nigga. I've been with black girls.
Oh, shit.
Where were you finding these black girls at?
Serious relationship.
Where were you finding these black girls at, bro?
In the hood.
I ain't gonna count, no disrespect to Crime Hills, but hell no, I wouldn't wife no bitch from Pine Hill, bro. That last motherfucker was from Paramore, and she got my ass for the okie doke, because that nigga was growing up in the suburbs, had me fooled, dog. But okay,
hey, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, bro. I treat women like liquor, bro. There comes a time where I will never skip on dark, right? I will always drink dark, but if light is there, I'm gonna drink light, but I will go light versus dark, right? But there comes a time where in high school, I was drinking E&J. I was drinking all the cheap dark liquor, right? Made me feel sick to the stomach, gave me headaches, I still would drink it. Now that I'm older, I drink a little bit higher prestige cognacs, you know, second, third. So I say this to you. When you were probably younger, you were dealing with them ghetto ass bitches that didn't know shit, didn't want to do shit, didn't care about niggas, fuck this and the third, city girls, blah, 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 bullshit, right? There are very, 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 very educational, caring, loving, submissive black women out there right now. But they will not submit to a nigga.
I think I got the point.
It's out there.
It's a very.
It's out there.
They take it because niggas will snatch that shit up like, yep, I ain't letting you go.
I get it.
You get it, brother.
I get it. I kinda agree with Brother Steve, man.
You kinda feel him?
Yeah, but you know, like I was saying earlier, man, black woman, man,
Here we go.
y'all need to stop following these trends, following what y'all see in public, following what y'all see on social media, man, because it kind of shows.
What do you mean?
From the, it's. I feel like, you know, black women, they always get bashed. Whether it's a black woman, always been getting bashed. Black people always been getting bashed from other races, especially the whites, European, whatever you want to call where they came from. It started in Egypt, started in Africa, started with us. But I feel like we got the mentality as blacks knowing like, man, we great. We create good shit, man. We make good food. We make good music. We creative as fuck. But I feel like that thought processing, not just from black women, but just from blacks as a whole, has drifted too far away, man. Like that what's that movie with that actor, man? Tom Hanks, Castaway. Pulling a Wilson, man. And we just focusing on too many other bullshit, bro, where it's just like, man, he has a point, you know, from the music, man, to the nowadays black woman is winning. We gonna just be honest with it. Black woman is winning.
Yes, they are.
Job wise.
Yes, they are.
You know, everything else wise.
Yes, sir.
And that's good. But I feel like black woman is seeing all of that, and instead of delivering the message on what they should deliver off of just by knowing that, look, we doing good. The world sees us. The world knows us. They know that they've been had power already from the jump off. Black people been had power. But black women getting put on that pedestal of they can get better jobs than black men, they can get all this than black men. They get a little bit stink on their britches, if that makes sense.
I'm still trying to catch what you're saying.
Meaning,
You're dragging it.
I'm dragging it, but
I'm hearing you.
Watch this. They getting too bad for their britches to the point where now they feel like, oh, I don't need a man. Or if I do get a man, he better take me traveling. He better get me doing this. He better have me doing that. And all that shit they asking for requests on from the power that they already have is just what they see in society. From the music to how the money is spent to, you know, it's really just going off of some shit where it's like you acting like you ain't never had power before. You know what I'm saying? So now you claim you this and that, but you don't care to show the side of having that tongue out, twerking the, what Brother Steve said, the Cardi B and all that stuff, man. It's like, yo, let that black woman do that. If that's how she brought to her success, let that black woman do how she do. You know what I'm saying? I seen the most twerk videos than ever, man. I done seen the most videos than ever. A black woman sticking their tongue out just low down, acting like a bunch of Cardi B's and a Megan Thee Stallions, man.
Which is bad.
Which is bad.
Because
those Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B,
yeah,
that's not their real life, man. They not 24/7. They are entertainers, man.
yeah, they entertainers.
They entertainers, and that's what we need to stop. We need to stop following these trends of entertainers. And oh, I see. I can count past my hands on how many black women say they are an entrepreneur, and then you say, well, what do you do? Oh, I do clothes. Oh, I do hair bundles. And it's just like, come on, man. I'm not hearing no shit of no black woman being an entrepreneur doing something that I ain't never heard a black entrepreneur woman do.
Never heard? No
never,
stories?
never.
What would you consider a black entrepreneur or an entrepreneur?
Bro, and if I'm pretty sure, don't get me wrong, there is some black women that are technicians, scientists, stuff that we ain't never heard of, but it doesn't get put on the pedestal enough. What gets put on the pedestal is the shit that looks fun, the shit that looks cool, the shit that be the oh yeah, I'm following this viral trend. And I ain't talking about it's a trend that's actually everybody doing, but it's a, ooh, she black girl, I could do that then. So now you can't really tell a difference.
Now, let me say, when you say black woman, for clarification, I believe you mean a certain amount of black women, because I don't think you think that all black women.
No, not all black women,
but
man.
what would you say the percentage is?
I don't know what the percentage is.
What would you think though? Like, let's just say, how, like, out of 10 black women, or out of 100, yeah, out of 100 black women, how many behave this way? Do you think? And even if there's no percentage, you could say some, more, majority, or some, or majority.
Majority.
Half, majority.
And you know why I say majority? Because it's what I see through social media. It's what I see when I go out in public and I see some black girls with their friends. They just gotta get, not all of them get ratchet, don't get me wrong, but a lot of them get damn sure wouldn't mind. Easy, no brainer. Song come on, let me start twerking.
And it's a problem for you.
Let me start acting up crazy. Let me start letting the liquor do the talking.
But you don't enjoy, because I know I do. I enjoy seeing women have a good time with their girls.
Yeah,
and like
man,
twerking
I
and
enjoy
stuff.
that.
That's what they're doing.
Look, I enjoy seeing black people have a good time. But what I don't enjoy is when black folks start acting ignorant. From the male perspective, ignorant be loud as hell, pants sagging. You know, and this could be a good looking brother. Fly, nice car, you know what I'm saying? Everything looks good. But it's just how your character, man. That's the main thing, man. It's a lot of different black women out there, and I love my black woman, but I can't tell a difference from the goddamn next. Same for black brothers. It's a lot of beautiful looking black brothers out there, but I can't tell a difference from the next nigga. And that's the problem. That's the fucking problem, man.
So then what about the other women? Like how you say there's a majority of them. So if you go to a function and majority of them are acting this way, all right, so you're not interested. Because I'm assuming that you mean the way they are acting is to you a form of disrespect. You're not.
No, it's not a form of disrespect.
Not to you, but they're not respecting themselves. And that lowers their
They could be
integrity.
thinking they respecting themselves. They could be thinking, but overall,
But to you,
in society,
what about to you?
to me, I don't give a damn.
What do you mean?
I don't give a damn.
About
Because I'm
what?
already not interested.
Because you give a damn.
No, I don't give a damn.
But you don't give a damn because you're not interested. If you're not interested,
It's just like, man, when you out there in LA, man, and a dude come up to you with that same bullshit line, the next 300 people, homeless or begging, come up to you, ask you that same line. You don't want to hear that shit. You ain't interested. Yeah, you'll be interested at first, but once when they hit you with that bullshit line, hey, man, brother, look, man, I'm not asking for. That's how I'm pitched. That's my explanation of I'm not interested.
you know, a side note, I'm thinking homeless people would be good people to give the revolution to. Like,
Man.
brother, I don't have no money for you, but here's the revolution. Hand it to them and go.
They don't want to hear that shit.
They don't want to hear
Not all of them don't want it. Majority of them don't want to hear that shit.
that. They don't.
You gotta think, man. You
I
got
need
this
that money.
pandemic shit going on
I need
here.
that money.
You know, and it's fucked up because they want you to hear their shit, but then they don't want you to. They don't want to hear your shit. They feel like it's like, hey, I'm gonna say what I need to say, and if you ain't abiding, if you're not going with the proposition I just preached to you, I don't want to hear what the fuck you got to say if it ain't the right words that I want to hear. Next. Go to the next Negro. Do the same shit. Try to see if they can catch that bait. See if they bite off that bait. I'm not look, man. I don't want to be like this, brother. I don't want to be like this. Do you understand me? I don't want to be like this, brother. Hey, look, brother Freddy, I do not want to be like this, brother. They are asking me to be like this.
They're making you be this way.
They making me be this way. You know what? They not making me be this way.
Okay, here we go. Accountability.
They it's really, they can do whatever the hell they want to do.
Yes, sir.
But it's just like, hey, if I see something that involves me putting myself into that equation, yes, sir. Blessings.
Yes, sir.
I can't be mad at myself if I'm like, damn, why did I date a hoe when I knew she was a hoe? Now she doing some hoish shit. And now I'm dealing with a situation where she got, you know what I'm saying? You asked for it. You knew what you was stepping yourself into. And that's why I be telling these brothers, man, I was back home, brother, talking to some brothers, man, and you know what I'm saying, they some good brothers. But when it come to women, man, they don't know how to think with their other head, man. They just know how to think with that down below head.
Whoa, hey now, that's a new perspective. I've never heard that before. You telling me, well, you said women right now, so we're just talking about women, right?
I'm talking about men right now.
Well, right, oh, men, okay. I was about to say, that's the first time I heard anybody say that women are thinking with their other head. I was like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, man, look, women, man, you can't, that's why when I was telling you, man, you can't knock women, when I was talking about when these women be getting pregnant with these knuckleheads, I don't knock the woman always. I'm not always knocking the woman. It's got to come from the man, too. He got to get this, he got to attend this barbecue as well. Something just stopped. Do I need to press it again?
Just go ahead and hit that thing. We caught that shit quick, though,
Yeah.
didn't we? We on it.
Hey, the devil's alive.
The devil's alive.
They gonna hear this.
Yeah, you gonna get this
You gonna
revolution
get
now.
this revolution.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like,
What's
man,
going on?
it's both parties, man. You know, it's just like me right now. I'm about to roll up some of that God's green earth, man. Now I can stop and be like, nah, I'm good, man. Matter of fact, let me take this shot, because I didn't take it.
Yeah, you didn't. That's funny. Everything you just did was funny. You a funny nigga. That boy.
Look, I'm telling you, not bad deal.
Yes,
I can leave it alone and be like, yeah, let me drink that.
Yeah, go ahead and drink that, yeah.
I already drunk it.
Yep.
Let me get the last bit juice in there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And leave this alone and not mess with it for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
But I'm going to choose not to, because I want to get that high, man.
Yes, sir.
So that's how I'm looking at it when it come. I can't blame just the weed. Be like, damn, I'm high now. Fuck, I shouldn't even roll that up. No, nigga, I made a decision to roll it up, smoke it, pull out the light. That's a lot of steps, right? When it comes to sex, you go out, you meet her, you go out, y'all cool, y'all vibing with each other. Yeah, hey, it may lead y'all going to the house. Damn, okay, now, you know, it ain't just no straight goddamn one piece. I rip this shirt off right when I see her and smash. No, brother, that shit takes steps, brother. So that's why I'm saying with these single mothers, I just can't blame it on the woman, man. I got to blame it on the other party as well, brother.
Well, that's what I was getting to you when we were having a conversation earlier, because you was like, well, she opened her legs. And I was like, yeah, but the brother came in her.
He did.
Yeah.
So like, look, it don't start. If a nigga just start with coming in her, that's a dangerous nigga. He ain't do no type of sex, no type of pregame to get his shit ready and whatever the case may be to get him ready to insert the incision. That's a dangerous nigga. It ain't just no, sex is just no, oh, I busted and that's it. No, it's levels to the shit, man.
Yeah, but my issue was that more of the time when there's a single mother who I could even say more of the time. I don't know, but there are a lot of cases where single mothers are single because they got pregnant by somebody that they didn't plan for the pregnancy, which is, I could say that happens more so in time.
What do you mean they ain't playing for the pregnancy?
When the woman got pregnant, it wasn't like, all right, tonight when we have sex, let's try to have a child. It's usually not that way.
Man, it's 2022.
Yeah.
Compared to back in our days, man, these women got all type of things, man, to stop. I ain't agreeing with that now. But if you gotta do what you gotta do and you know, hey, this your decision, do it.
Listen, now, when two people decide to have sex, most of the time, you're not saying we're about to have sex and then come in me and have a kid. We're just gonna have sex. And if you have it raw, the rule is pull out. You gotta pull out. Unless that girl said come in me, which a lot of times they just say it to say it because they're feeling good, but they don't really mean it, but that's another thing. But unless the girl say come in me, why is the brother coming inside of a woman knowing it could bring a kid? I understand pre-cum, that happens when people get married, have children sometimes, like pre-cum could do it, but the ones where they just straight up nut, big load, stay in it.
Then that's
crazy.
It's not crazy. Because there's niggas out there that's like that, man.
Yeah, but that's crazy.
That's not crazy.
That's a crazy thing to do.
It's a crazy thing to do.
Yeah.
But the woman should already knew that, man.
No, sir. It doesn't go back to the women. That's like saying if I could get pregnant, if men could get pregnant, and I have sex with a woman, and I know I don't want no kid, and we decide to do it unprotected. You know I don't want no motherfucking kid. You know you don't want no motherfucking kid. Nigga, don't come in me, or bitch, don't come in me. If this bitch came in my dick.
So why not just wear a rubber, brother?
Brother, I mean, you wear rubbers when you need to and supposed to. You should. That's another problem. The condom thing's a whole nother epidemic. That's a whole nother problem.
Hey man, it sounds like you just want to do some raw shit. You sound like Fat Trail right now.
What did I say? I'm saying for niggas who were fucking raw and having kids.
Yeah.
They did it raw. Those niggas come in a girl. I mean, you don't have to get the girl pregnant by doing raw sex unless the pre-cum thing happens. But busting a load without a condom inside of a woman?
You selfish.
You selfish.
But hey, you can't knock the man. At the end of the day, you can knock the dude. You can knock the dude, but still.
I'm gonna knock both of them because it's unprotected. So I mean, there's risk. But I'm knocking the man the most for like releasing that load into a woman you don't want to have a kid with.
I mean, shit, you already at the point where you about to bust. So
take that shit out. What you talking about?
You can't tell that man what to do, brother.
That brother had to tell himself what to do. You gotta take the rub out. I mean, you gotta take the nut out. The fuck is?
You gotta do that, man. But that's your thought processing, man.
Well, both of these opinions that we have are our processes.
Overall, you should just be protected. If you ain't one to, it's just like
that's the number one thing.
Why even put yourself in a situation where it's like you ain't ready for that?
Have you ever had unprotected sex?
Yeah.
Okay. And would you have children with those women?
Almost did.
But would you have children? Like, think about each girl you had unprotected sex with. You would have a kid with them.
At that time, I was thinking, yeah, I'm gonna have a kid with them.
At the time, you were thinking you would have a kid with all those women you had unprotected sex with.
All the women I had unprotected sex with was my exes. There have been.
So you was ready for a kid.
I ain't gonna lie. There has been a time where I had, thank God, by the grace of God, we good. This is for you, my brother.
Oh, brother, no, thank you, not yet.
All right.
What is that? Look like a bong, little pipe bong.
Yeah, I got this at that little smoking event, man, that they had invited us to, man. One hitter. Yeah, nah, I ain't ready to go there. Man, look. At the end of the day, it's better to have protected sex, man. No, that's if it's out there, man, and it's available, why not? Yeah, but that's already a thing. But now let's say you don't, because a lot of people don't. Yeah,
feels way better.
A lot of people, yeah.
So, like I was saying, so the women that you slept with unprotected, you would have had a kid with them at the time.
At the time.
So you was ready, okay? And they wanted to have a kid with you at the time.
At the time.
So I guess I guess I'm assuming you've only had unprotected sex with a low amount of women.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
okay, and then so at the time y'all were ready for kids. Now, if did you come inside these women?
At the time.
And then they didn't get pregnant?
Well, I wasn't like fully intentionally like. So to break it down, my exes, when it came to us doing our stuff, you know, we had unprotected, of course. But majority of the time, I just gotta thank God, brother. None of them got pregnant. Well, one of them did, but
thank God. But you said you would have had a kid with it.
Yeah, I would have had a kid with it. That's why I was busted in it. Cause every relationship that I was in, I felt that, hey, I'm ready for marriage. It's gonna be my last. But it never happened. So that's why I was doing unprotected, and that's why I was, you know, busting in someone's daughter.
Because you was ready for the responsibility.
I felt like I was ready for responsibility.
Do you think you were?
No. No, I wasn't.
So if she did get pregnant, whose fault would it be?
It wouldn't be nobody's fault.
Well, because she allowed it.
We both allowed it.
Well, obviously you did.
Yeah.
So she allowed you to come inside her.
Yeah. I was like, man, look, I'm ready to have kids. I've been always ready to have kids. I've been always ready to get married. I feel like doing something like that in my life, it'll give me a reason to live more and find out more on what I need to do in life. Being alone is not a natural thing, man. Everybody at least has to run in a pack, man. Animals run in packs. You know what I'm saying? Dinosaurs ran in packs. How'd I know? Because it's just a natural thing. To be alone is blasphemy, man.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as you gotta be alone. I mean, look, don't get me wrong. In your journey, there is gonna be some times where you're gonna have to be alone. You don't want to be alone, but you gotta be alone. Whether you want to be, you not want to be alone, where you want to hang with everybody, but everybody don't want to hang with you. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you have that one person where it's just y'all.
Yeah.
But main thing is,
we a pack, brother.
We a pack, brother. Brother Pack.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Brother, hey, look, man. Everybody
funny,
hangs in packs, brother.
I'm Brother Pack, but we a pack.
But we a pack. No, you Freddy.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You Freddy.
They say I Brother Pack though. I've heard.
They say y'all got a resemblance, man.
Yeah.
That's why I call you Brother Pack, but I already know you're Brother Freddy overall.
Yes, sir.
You Brother Freddy, man.
Yeah.
And people gotta understand, man. Look, find that right pack. You gotta find yourself first. That's why I feel that type of way towards black women. They have got to this point where they have empowerment, which is good. I love that. So now, in midst of having that era now where you have the power, work on thyself.
I mean,
that's it, man.
You speaking that shit, I ain't gonna say you not. Cause there's some shit in there. All right now?
There's some shit in there.
There's some shit in there.
There's some shit in there.
And
you
that can be taken two ways. There's some shit in there. But there's some shit in there. And I guess you telling me that story about yourself kind of opened up my mind a little bit more to how your perspective was formed, where the issue comes from the relationships that the people aren't ready to have a child and do things that will create a child. But in your scenarios, you were ready, and it sounded like your partners knew you were ready.
I'm ready now.
And they allowed it. Yeah. So I guess with being that you was ready and you're ready now, seeing single mothers or relationships failing with children, it's more personal to you because for you, there's something that
it's
you
like, man, you
value.
you look beautiful. You a nice looking young lady, man, and now you not wasted, because a child is never a child being born is never a waste. But it's the fact that who you decided to have that child with was a waste.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate.
It goes on both sides on the sense of
same for the dude. The dude you choose to have a baby with, the woman you choose to have a baby with. There you go.
Yup. Sometimes
you
it can be a
wasted
waste,
that, bro.
Yeah, sometimes it can be
man,
a waste.
look, I'm telling you, man. When I did that, when I went back home, man, there's a lot of cats, man. I ain't never seen so many people that I know have kids. I don't want to say I'm traumatized by it, but I'm just like, I have over 1,000 friends that got kids, man. Over. Some got. All right, I'm capping.
Okay.
No, I'm not capping.
1,000 is a lot.
No, I know, man. Look,
You talking about Facebook friends?
No.
Because you know you can see them numbers on there. Facebook's kind of different.
on Facebook, most of my friends, we have 100 plus mutual, and
Yeah.
it goes up.
Exactly.
I don't know
know.
no people that. I mean, I have some people that's like they know 2,
Yeah.
17, but most of my friends on Facebook, man, the mutual match is crazy. I'm a very lovable guy. I love myself. When I get around people, they like me, and that's cool. But then, I just see the ones that got kids, man, and it's just, it doesn't hurt me because everybody got their own journey they got to go through and whatnot. But it just hurts and to know that, damn, you was a bad bitch, but you got kids and I'm good.
Well, she's still a bad bitch.
She's still a bad bitch.
She's got kids.
She
so
has
then it's
kids.
kind of like, you know what? Like I was saying earlier, I know we were speaking about men coming into relationships with women who have children. I remember you were saying that's a sloppy second job.
No, I just thought about it. That is a sloppy second job. But there's some women, the woman that I will excuse, the men, I will excuse you if you get in a relationship with a woman who got kids, and the reason why she is a single parent is a death-related scenario. And I have a friend.
That's the one exception.
That's the one exception. And I have a friend, I'm not going to say her name, but, I thought she was always one of them underrated baddies in high school. She's still a baddie now. And me and her were cool in high school, still cool now. But she has a kid. The husband died in an accident, man.
Dang.
Rest in heaven to him, man. As long as his soul is peaceful, that's what I want.
I got one friend from high school.
Yeah.
Who, her husband died from COVID. Tough.
That's tough, man. That's probably the only reason I excuse another man who would step in and do that.
Well, I feel like the excuse would be the only time I excuse a man for not being there for their children, would be my perspective. That's the only time I'll excuse a man for not being there with his children. But
Wait,
for dying.
Yeah, dying, right? Yeah,
if you die,
yeah.
I'll excuse you for not being there for your children.
Yeah.
But I feel like the man who steps in, and if you stay when you step in for the long run,
You good dude.
you a good dude.
You a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll excuse that since that, that situation happening between the baby mother. She don't got no father, no husband, because he died in an accident or he died. Period. Anything death related. I excuse a brother who step in. I ain't gonna call him a slappy second type of a guy. But all you other hoes and nannies, and you got a dude stepping in, helping, taking care of you and the kids.
What? What's wrong with that?
I just shakes my head, man.
To the woman?
The both.
What's wrong? Well, I guess I already know why I shake my head to the man who's not there for their kid. But why would you shake your head to the woman who gets a new man who's stepping in and taking care of everything?
I just see that as there's a job for everybody. There's a title for everybody. I know that. I know women who got kids, they're definitely gonna have a guy step in, and there's gonna be a guy like that. But I just think, man, that ain't gangster. That ain't gangster at all, man. That ain't gangster.
It ain't gangster for the woman. I'm only
for
asking.
both.
I'm only asking
For
about
both.
women. You keep saying both.
I'm saying for both.
But
for
every
the
time I
woman's
ask
side,
about the women, you saying both. I'm asking for the women, right? What's wrong with women getting a man to come in and take care of things that the other man didn't? She got kids.
who says other man didn't?
Well, we're talking about single.
No, I'm saying who says other man didn't? Some woman. See, this is the thing. Some women
So now we're
can't
talking
handle.
about some.
Most women
Most can't what?
who end up leaving a dude, more than likely, they put themselves in that situation. Because when a man finds you, all right, not off of no, oh, I met her in the club. Oh, I met her at a wine, paint, and sip. Now, that probably might be good, but you met under the circumstances of fun, drinking, turn up. More than likely, them shits don't last, man.
Well, that's not. We can't say that.
Them shits don't last.
We can't say that
I
because-
said more than likely, man, them shits don't last.
But we can't say that because the other night we went out. Imagine a girl met you. Now, why wouldn't it last with you? Because she met you where she met you.
I'm gonna answer that. Some places, man, where you want to meet somebody that you really truly, okay, you meet a.
No, the girl that meets you, you love her. She's amazing.
I can't go off the fact of loving her, man.
No. You guys spend time together. Months go by. Y'all hanging out.
Oh,
Everything's
yeah.
great. You love her. She's amazing. But why wouldn't it work? Because she met you there.
More than likely, those type of meetups, brother. If you meeting a female at a,
I think it's going off.
No.
Because we're talking about the meeting. I forgot what the main thing was.
No, if you meeting a female under the circumstances of we're having fun, more than likely, yeah, you'll network, get a number at the event or whatever. But more than likely, y'all gonna go on another date, and it's gonna be more of a like one-on-one encounter.
Yeah.
So, if I find a woman that's on a one-on-one encounterment type of an event situation thing, it's more believable that I can already pick her mind, and she can pick mine before we go on a first date.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's a fact. What you're saying is a fact.
So that's what I'm saying.
What I'm saying is, I guess because we went off topic a little bit, but
Just a little bit.
where you meet somebody won't dictate. It won't dictate the future of a relationship. Now I know what you're saying too, though.
I'm not saying that always.
Yeah, exactly. Because you didn't say always, and I do understand that when you meet somebody at a place where everyone's just having fun, it seems like we're all just there to have fun. So we're not really thinking about a future with nobody. Obviously, we're not there to date.
Yeah.
But we can never just say, based off of where we meet people, it dictates like character or anything like that. But I forgot what the original statement. Oh, the women who are single with a child.
The fathers that step in.
Yeah. Is there anything wrong about a woman having because it seems like that when you say things where it's like, what's wrong with the women for having another man? The man didn't like, and I get it in the sense where if the man that she left, if she left, if she leaves a good man, and he's actually a good man, then the question is like, why? Why would you leave a good man? And there's a lot of good men and a lot of good women who also split up. And it's not anything to do with because they're good or bad. They're both good. But things within the relationship just so happen not to work. So it's not working. We're not happy together. And if we're not happy together, why would we force staying together? Now, do you think that if you have a child with a woman and you guys are unhappy, that y'all should stay together for the children?
See, that's the problem.
Like, do you think that's
that you shouldn't do that?
So you should leave?
Yeah.
So what about those? They're in the percentage too.
But see, that's the ones that's the knuckleheads. You know what I'm saying? That open their legs up to anyone. You know what I'm saying?
But you went back to the women with
open your
legs.
I'm just saying this is going to catapult off of what you was just asking.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't be thinking about having a kid with no woman until I know it's real. Meaning, we have an establishment amongst each other first. We got respect for each other first. We know the parts we need to play as partners together first.
What parts? What do you mean? Roles?
Whatever roles, whatever you want to call it.
Roles, right?
Whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to say yeah or I'm going to say no. You can say that, yeah. Roles. Somebody can say parts. Somebody can say opposition. You know, as partners. Before we can just jump to the gun of fucking raw and causing a situation to have a kid. I just feel like that's just so immature, man.
Yeah, but brother, you're right. Let me take it back. I don't mean to say but brother, because it almost sounds like, I feel like sometimes when we speak, you might think that I'm coming with, like it's like offense versus defense.
No.
Where when I say but brother, but I think the word but does, at least I'll say for me, if I hear the word but, it almost sounds like as opposed to what you're saying.
Yeah.
But what I meant to say was, yeah, brother, and to add on to what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
This is how the revolution begins.
That's how it begins, man. That's how it begins.
I think, and to what you were saying, I'm a little fucked up. So what was you saying, brother?
No. Hey, that nigga ain't had shit to say at all.
I did, brother,
Nigga,
but I forgot what you said. As soon as I made the side
that
track,
was good.
I forgot what we was
talking
about.
It's all right. Nah, man. Shit, with me, I'm like, all right. Like with my exes, before I want to do anything that costs to a situation of like, yo, she could get pregnant off of this situation. Mm-hmm. I want to make sure we good first before we even add an extra life.
But you're different, brother.
I am different.
You're a different brother.
I'm different.
Because that's not the majority.
That's not.
And the majority are just having sex and things
And that's
happen.
what I'm saying towards the woman as well.
No, I know, as well, but you always start with the woman. You do.
I do, because
but it doesn't
I don't like men. That's why I'm like, I mean, no disrespect.
So it's like disregard, man.
Yeah, but
you're only speaking to the women.
I'm speaking to both. Like I'm speaking to men because it's like, if I just speak to the woman, that's not gonna do no justice. But if more men, especially black men like myself, if they get a part of the revolution,
Ruckus,
you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then they could you'll see more of that, man. It's just like that group Wu-Tang, man. You know what I'm saying? They started a revolution from scratch off of Create.
So okay. So what you're saying is the reason why you're so strong on speaking about your opinions on women is because women is what you're attracted to and what you want, and you want better for women because that's You really don't care about what the men are doing. You're not into men.
I'm not a man. I don't care what I do care what they're doing to it at a certain extent.
Okay.
But it's just the woman. It's just like, man. I mean, shit. If I need to preach more to the men, shit, I'll do that. I ain't.
That's what we need to do, because there's only so much we can say to or about women.
Man, these niggas don't want to hear that, man.
No,
especially
but
nowadays.
neither do the women, especially for men. So now, more men.
Mm-hmm.
We should be focused on what niggas need to be doing. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Because we can't really change too many of the women. Like, there will obviously be some that stick. Like, I like what he said. I like what he said.
You can change a woman's mind, man.
No, that's not what I said. I said no. you can't change many of them. You could change many men. I think you could change more men than women. Not
nowadays, man. These men nowadays, these black men nowadays, man, I know there's some strong black brothers out here, man. I know it's some strong black brothers out here. But I just feel like men nowadays, men back then, especially black. Well, I feel like back then, black men showed emotion.
No.
They did.
No.
They showed more emotion than men nowadays, man. You know why?
No.
They showed emotion without showing emotion. I feel like black men back then, in our days, showed emotion without showing emotion. From whether, a married man end up getting beat by some white pig, come home, he don't even gotta cry. But just the woman, the wife seeing that, knowing.
Yeah, well, what you're saying is right and wrong, right? So let me say this. A man can't show more emotion with showing no emotion. That's a fact.
How is that a fact, brother?
Brother, how can I show you that I got a blunt if I don't got a blunt?
You can show me you have a blunt without having a blunt.
No.
You can have it right here.
Then I have a blunt.
But you're not showing me like, look.
And exactly what I'm saying, you're right and wrong. With that statement of brothers not showing emotion or having more emotion but showing more emotion, however that saying went, the saying was wrong, but the way that you put it into like a visual. When you said a brother came home from getting beat by police, he's not showing emotion, but the woman knows what he's feeling.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's showing emotion without showing emotion, though, right? Technically.
No, because you're not showing emotions. This is funny.
No, I'm talking about he can walk in. He don't gotta be crying, but it's different type of emotions. He can just be walking in just like showing emotion that you're in pain, and she sees that.
So then he showed emotion
without showing emotion. Like when I say showing emotion, it's just like, baby, I'm hurt.
You mean talking?
Like communicating. Baby, I'm hurt.
Okay. Let me dial back then.
Mm-hmm.
Because in a film sense, you're right. In a film sense, if we're watching a film and a man just came back from getting beat by police, got to the house, he ain't crying, he ain't saying nothing, and he's just sitting there bloody, and the woman's like, she knows he's in pain, or even if he did that, I can see what you mean by that.
No, I think that should happen in reality too, brother.
It happens in reality too.
Yeah.
But you're not.
Black man had to deal with a lot of more bullshit than black men now. That's what I'm saying.
Hold on, brother, because we're on a good thing right here. Because now I'm like, you might be right. You might be right without knowing you was right.
Tell you, man.
Because if you don't show emotion, that's an emotion in itself.
Technically.
That's what you're saying.
Technically.
But that is what you're saying.
Yeah.
No? Yeah. If you're not showing emotion, that's an emotion itself. I guess the emotion would be emotionless, which is also trippy. This is a trippy thing to talk about, brother.
Yeah.
Because you don't show emotion. What is your emotion? Then your emotion is emotionless.
Nobody knows but you.
So, I guess all that to dial in, because that's some trippy shit.
That is.
All to dial that in is I do think that today's men are more emotional than back days men. or they show their emotions more than back days men. And I think that's what I disagree
They
with.
show their emotions to nowadays in such a
or maybe
bozo way.
It is a bozo way most of the time, yes sir.
Compared to back then.
I think it's I'm gonna even take that back. I'm dialing back my brother dying. My brother dying, but I'm taking back my shit. Freddy gotta take back his shit. If you know he wrong, he gotta take it back. I gotta take it back, brother.
You know what?
I'm not gonna say that men today show, and I think this was the argument. Y'all will know if this was the argument before, or not the argument, but the disagreement when I said no. When you said today, I think you said today's men show more emotion, or the men in the past showed more emotion than today's men.
Yeah.
I think that's what you said.
Yeah.
And I think when you said that, I said no.
Sorry.
But you might be right. And if we're thinking about emotions, it's like something you could see and hear and shit.
They had to deal with a lot of shit more back then, man.
They did have to deal with a lot of shit.
And that probably.
Hold
Go
on a
ahead.
second. But the men of today communicate more than the brothers of the past. How? Well, I mean, one, by just speaking. Like,
You think brothers speak?
Yes, brother. More today because of podcasts, because of other self-help tutorials, because therapy is cool now in the black community. Niggas are working on themselves and working on themselves.
You think niggas is working on themselves?
Yes, but not the majority.
Yeah, all right, okay.
The lesser.
Yeah.
It's a small percentage.
Why is it that?
I think it's that.
I'd rather take the back then type shit than the ones that's we show. Nah, man, nah.
What?
Men nowadays is just bumps and chumps, man. History already tells itself. The further you go back, the more tougher men were. And the just more and more we go on in this journey of life, men just get softer.
That's true. I think so.
Less confrontation.
Oh, brother, this thing's black. How many bars I got right there? 1 bar?
Yeah. You want to switch to the phone?
No, I want to grab the other battery. You keep on
I'ma
going,
still
man.
talk.
Yes, sir. Talk to them people, brother.
Man, it's just always been in my mind where it's like, you know, back then, the further and further we go back in time, as men, we had priorities, of course, as being men to the household, taking care of our woman. But now it's just got to the point now with this time period, that thought processing towards being a man, towards the household, has just got blown out of proportion, man. You know what I'm saying? It's got super blown out of proportion to the point where it's like you just became soft. Cause you're taking that's another thing as us human beings, man. We take something basic and we always gotta flip it and whip it and dip it and make sure it's sauced up, bossed up, when it's just like that type of whip dip, whatever process you want to add to this thing, whether it's a relationship or whether it's anything that you want to apply to your life that's just so simple. Nowadays, we just blow it simply out of proportion, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, all right, just for an example. Y'all know I like, giving examples. I'm not going to say who this is. He going to block it out. But this well-known company brand juice created passion fruit, all right? So now, what my example is, that passion fruit has now turned into passion fruit organic, passion fruit with grape, passion fruit with all 100% juice, passion fruit. It's like, man, just give me some damn passion fruit juice, man.
Brother, what are you talking about to these people?
I'm just telling the people how, man, back then, men, when it came to relationship wise, as being the head of the household, it wasn't too much of I guess I should have got some of this, man. This shit is strong.
I'll wait on you.
That shit is strong.
I'll wait on you.
But it's to the point of being a man, hey, take care of the household. He's the one providing. The wife stays home. She does the stuff that whatever, that's the feminine stuff women do. Now it's just gotten to the point where it's like we didn't got into in time where it's like the man got to do this, the man doing that, the man doing that. Then the woman want to do this, the woman want to do that, will do that. It's like y'all both need to slow the hell down, man. Y'all doing too much.
You know what I will say? For one, I do agree with you. Men have gotten softer. The world has allowed men to become softer. So then they have.
What word? What word?
This world. And
the world.
The world. And hold on, I know you might have something to disagree with it, but I will say.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I was just.
But do you agree with that? Do you think this world has allowed men to become softer? Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Brother, I forgot my thought. I'm losing my thoughts.
It's all right, man. You got time.
Oh, yes. You was talking about they need to slow down. They do need to slow down. We need to slow down. My theory is that the reason why we are where we are today in the relationship and dating world is two reasons. If I could just boil it down to two.
Mm-hmm.
One is the women empowerment movement, which was a big, I want to say propaganda.
You talking about all women, or are we talking
women,
about
all women?
Yeah.
It's not propaganda, but they did advertise it very heavily.
Yeah, it was at the 40s.
I'm not sure.
50s.
I don't want to say.
Forgot what it was, man.
But they advertised it heavily, and if I went back in time, I would have them do it again. Because it did enlighten women. There was more of a movement of enlightenment. Like, listen, you in the house cooking, cleaning, this and that, but you can do what that nigga's doing too.
Yeah.
I understand it. The second I think there was that first problem. That happened. And what happened with that, with time, now women have been put in positions where they can have the same roles and jobs or income as men. They can play anything a man can do, a woman can do in their respective, when it comes to, I guess, physical shit. But without physical stuff.
No, she can't.
What? No, I said.
No, she can't.
I said besides physical,
man,
because they have their own leagues. They got men play and women play. But in the corporate world or just in world, like a director could be a man, a director could be a woman, an actor could be a man, an actor could be a woman. Like, I guess that's been going for a minute. But like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And as that went on and on, women who were first taught to mend the house and the family were slowly becoming taught, start a business. Do your own thing. You could be a boss of your own you could be your own CEO type stuff. Yeah. Empowerment.
Yeah.
Great. I love it. I respect it. I'm happy for them. But then I guess the sour part is when some women feel like because they are in these positions, then the man, it's kind of fucked up because like sometimes then it's like they want the man to play the other role. Because I'm working all the time, baby. I can't cook tonight, or I can't clean tonight.
See, that's the problem.
It becomes a problem depending on the relationship. But that is what, like, started half of the problem with. It's kind of like giving. I mean, it's.
I'm listening.
I know. I'm gonna let you wait. It's. I know this sounds controversial as well, but there's some truth in it. But when they freed slaves, there were some slaves who now got this newfound power and used it incorrectly. Listen.
They ain't free no slaves, man.
I mean, we're all slaves in a sense, but I'm just saying legally when they when they free them.
They ain't legally free them.
Brother, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And now, some overuse the power of freedom now. Now, there's some women, I don't want to say they're overusing the power of freedom, but it gets to their head. And it drives them in a sense where they don't care too much about the family role as much as they might have.
And that's the problem. That's one of the problems.
But the second problem is the shot that it takes at men's egos. The idea, that's the second half. Yeah, I know, it's a shocker. But the second half of the problem is when it becomes a shot at a man's ego, because we're ego driven. I'm not sure.
But we shouldn't be.
We shouldn't be. And I'm not so sure about how ego driven women are, because they are very much tied to a spiritual place more than men. I think women are more spiritual if they tap into it. They're more spiritual than men naturally.
Nah.
They're like the moon to the ocean. There is some type of fact in that. You could become more spiritual, yeah. You could find that and get that, yeah. And then you can be just as spiritual. I think naturally women are. They might not know. Some do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the second half of the issue is how men deal with their egos when our egos flare up. And I'm not saying men as if I'm not, because I'm only saying this because I already know. I've been through some ego shit. I go through ego shit. I'll forever go through ego shit. There was a time where I wanted to kill my ego, but I realized I need my ego. And I need to bring, my ego is in a lunchbox. And I use my ego when I need it.
Mm-hmm.
Some
That's
may
the
say
key
I'm
word.
using it now.
You use it when you need it.
I use it when I need it.
I use it when I know ego is just.
But it flares. It comes out of the box sometimes. I want to use it. Let me rephrase. I want to use it when I need
Do you
it.
use your ego towards women?
Sometimes my ego will play. Like, yeah, if I'm with a woman and I know she's fucking with me,
mm-hmm.
like I know, I can see she loves me in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my ego could just hop out that box and might make me do something like, it could be as slight as like a brush or like a smile or like I'm feeling myself a little bit. Because
what
I
if
know.
that's not your ego? What if that's just you? You know
that's the ego. And that's why we're fucked up. Because, and I'm saying we,
mm-hmm.
not just me, not just you, but also just men. And if I want to speak to men.
But is it like more of a godly ego, or is it like a fleshly ego?
There's ego, but then there's higher self. Their higher self kind of it tries to always tap in. It's like two phones. I'm calling Pac, or I'm calling Freddy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm calling. I can't reach him right now. Why? Because his ego's taking over.
Mm.
The ego is where we drink. We drink because we want our ego to like feel better. Or we smoke. We want our ego to feel better. You know, we play 2K all day.
Mm-hmm.
My ego wants that.
I don't think that's ego though. I think that's just something you like to do.
It is something I like to do. It is something I like to do.
I would feel like, what? Damn, I would say, look up that goddamn ego definition, man. I be thinking ego is just like.
Yeah, let's get a firm confirmation on what ego means.
I be feeling the people who use ego be the ones that's lame as hell overall, man. Because ego is not.
The people, I know where you're going with it.
Yeah.
In those scenarios, they're lame because they allow their ego to dictate the situation.
Yeah.
But your ego can be like the same ego that makes you look lame can be the same ego that makes you look cool as fuck if you use it right. Now let me say this example before I say the definition of ego, because I could be completely wrong. But the ego that makes you look lame, this is what he looks like. He's at a bar. I don't know if you heard about beer pong, but people be playing this thing with cups and a ping pong, and you
throw that shit.
You played it before? Yeah. Brother, I don't know. I'm trying to keep up with the games.
No, it's all right.
So you're playing beer pong. Boom, you hit one. Your partner, boom, they hit one. Ball's back. Get that ball back. Boom, you hit it again. Before your other partner says anything, your ego's already present.
Yeah.
But does it get used or not? Now, it could get used in a scenario where it may look like this. Here's that second shot. Boom. It goes in. You know there's bitches. You know there's bitches around. And the first thing you do is like look at the bitches, kind of like, or like you do something even if you don't look at them.
Yeah, that's the ego.
This because you know they're looking.
Yeah, that's the ego right there. Yeah.
So that's when it looks like a fool.
I mean, I wouldn't do that shit. I'd just be like, let's go.
Right.
Yeah.
But that same ego, I'm gonna use that ego. I won't use it at the beer pong table, but I'm gonna use that ego in a moment where I feel like, you know what, you deserve this ego, and that would be after, let's say Freddy Christmas just did a show in front of the masses, killed it, just did my last song, they're going crazy, or maybe during a song, they're going crazy. Freddy might just hit a little something, knowing there's mad bitches, or fuck the bitches, just knowing there's mad people. I might do a little something I don't need to do, but my ego's there.
Yeah.
Come on out. This is a good time for you. I'm gonna let you rock. And it's kind of choosy. That's the only reason I haven't killed my ego. Because
you should kill your ego, man.
I didn't kill my ego. My ego was killed.
Oh, you killed it.
Let me rephrase.
Okay, so it's killed.
No. My ego was killed on, I believe it was March 5th, 2017.
Okay.
I believe that was the date.
For good? It's killed for good?
I believe that was the date. That day, I took acid with some friends. I could go in about the acid trip, but this ain't the episode for that, y'all.
Yeah.
But that day, my ego was killed. My ego. And now it's reeling me back into what I believe ego is. And ego is who you believe you are.
Nah.
In a way.
Nah.
In a way. Let me say this. Let me say this. It's who, I like you say no. It's not who you believe you are. It's who everybody tells you are. That's who your ego is. And
look up ego.
Hold on.
You're supposed to look up ego.
I am. But I need to say this part because this is some shit now.
All right, I'm
Ruckus,
listening.
this is some shit now.
All right, I'm listening.
Your ego is everybody who everybody else says you are. Because on March
14th?
The first week of March. Let's say that. The first week of March. I took acid with two of my friends. There was a moment. I was bugging out, brother. I had bugging out moments, and then it became cool.
That's what it do.
And then I bugged out.
That's what it do.
And then it came cool.
Yeah.
I'm going through the waves, not knowing this is what it is. Oh, there's waves. I had to realize it's waves. There was a moment that night. I'm in the back of the car. We're riding on back home.
Yeah.
And in this car ride, which is like an hour and a half, I am leaned against the window, chilling, and then in a split second, I would say in intervals of 15 seconds.
Yeah.
50 seconds cool, 45 seconds not.
Damn.
So 50 seconds, cool.
Damn.
Boom. Oh, I like everything in my peripherals was turning dark and red.
Damn.
And I'm like, I'm about to die. I gotta get up. And I'm like, hey brother, I need water. he said, "What, brother? There's water at your feet." I look at my feet. There's like 6 Dasani bottles, water everywhere. Drink the water. Look in the front seat. I see my brother, Brother Stubbs. And the driver's seat is Brother Aubrey. Brother Stubbs, I drink the water. It's not doing enough. It's like it's not as dark and red. It brightened up a little bit, but it's stained. And I'm like, Brother Stubbs. He looks back at me. When he looks back at me and we made eye contact, everything turns regular again. All right, cool. Cool. All right, brother.
Yeah.
Turns back around. Head on the window. And same thing. Just kept happening. A salute.
Damn.
I did this for the next 45 minutes.
That's how you lost your ego?
At the 45-minute mark, brother, I'm laying against the window. Now I'm like, I'm thinking about my parents. Are those really my parents?
Yeah.
I was told they were my parents. So I believe they are because I was told I was.
Yeah.
I got a birth certificate. It says I was. I was in a house with them for X amount of time. Everybody else says that. That's my parents. But what if they're not, brother?
Man, they're your parents.
They are.
Yeah.
I was on acid.
Yeah.
But my ego is what keeps track of those are your parents. The people you are in the car with right now, they see you as this person.
That's not your ego, though.
No, your ego keeps track of who you are, or who you think you are. And then you base what you do based off of what
Man, look up ego just to kill all that noise. How about we do that?
But you think that's completely not it?
That's not ego.
What do you think it is?
That's not ego.
What do you think it is, brother?
That's just you high as fuck.
No, but what do you think ego is?
I mean, I think ego is a fleshly type of a trace to have about yourself.
What is ego? Continue.
You have a big crazy feeling about something towards yourself. Like, whatever I do, I can murder it. I can put work on it. Ain't nobody gonna touch me.
Think highly of yourself.
That's it. You think highly of yourself about things, situations, whatever actions you about to do.
Arrogant.
You know, shit is about to be looking sexy as fuck. Like, it's just like a big. That's my thing towards ego. Like, it's, you know, something you think highly of yourself, no matter what the situation may be. That's what I feel like ego is. The definition of ego. So look it up. What it is.
Well, before we look it up,
is it my phone?
I would say
that ain't my phone.
That I would say what you're saying. I agree in the sense that I think characteristic traits of somebody showing their ego is it sounds like that. Like, you think highly of yourself.
Yeah.
It's like when your ego flares, I would assume that you think highly of yourself. Is what I would think.
I think it's just like it's a trait.
Yeah,
it can either be used or not used. Like, I don't be thinking about ego no more like that, man.
Let's check it, brother. Let's check it.
Ego to me is like, yo, when you find yourself, that ego, man, find yourself in the Lord, man, your ego goes out the window, man.
Okay, a person's ego. A person
ego.
A person's self.
Let me read
brother,
it.
hold on now.
He turned up. Let me read it.
Hold on now, brother.
He pulling a Stevie Wonder right now. His nigga can't see, man.
Hey, brother, now.
Hey, get it together. You gotta get a drink.
Episode 7, brother.
Hey, you gotta get a drink.
Sisters, stay with me.
Amen.
Ego.
Mm-hmm.
A person's self-esteem or self-importance.
Mm-hmm.
Psychoanalyst. I don't know, this is an extra part of it.
Okay.
The part of the mind that mediates between the conscious and the unconscious and is responsible for reality testing and a sense of personal identity. Philosophy. A conscious thinking object. So I kind of get it. Look at it so you can kind of get it. I guess based off the definition it's what?
Self-esteem is how you feel about yourself.
Yeah, how you feel about yourself. So in a sense, we're both saying the same thing.
It's like, yo, having that ego already just lets me know you think you're better than someone. If it's 10 people, 20 people, 2 people, 3 people, having the ego right there, just, I don't like to really fuck with people who got ego.
Well, the thing is, if somebody thinks that they're better than somebody,
it's a problem.
that is a problem, but that's not the definition of ego.
That is.
That's their ego speaking.
Look what I just looked at. Look.
Hold on. Okay. We're both saying the same thing. The definition says what somebody thinks of themselves, right?
Self-esteem, yeah.
Self-esteem.
No, there's good ego and bad ego too now.
Yeah, well, what I was saying was we're both saying the same thing. It says the definition says self-esteem. If you think you're better and you act like you're better, then that's your ego.
Mm-hmm.
I guess what I'm saying is the ego isn't based off of somebody thinking they're better. Was the only thing, but it's
the ego is a self-esteem, so it feels that's something that it's a feeling. It's
you're right.
It's a weird feeling to for to be having that a part of your thought processing of having an ego. Now you could have an ego of I'm beautiful, I can do what I can do, whatever I put my mind to, I can do it.
Yeah, that's a
if
fact.
I just practice and work towards it. But just coming up in a situation just like, oh, this ain't nothing. I can putting yourself thinking you're better than nobody. See, that's the problem.
Tell us.
Nobody on this earth is better than the next human being. Overall.
Yeah.
Overall.
We're all humans.
We all humans.
You bleed like I bleed, brother.
You know the crazy thing is now if you could take a brother or you could take a sister and fly them up to space, take up all of their space clothes, have them wear regular space casual wear, whatever, kick them out and they survive, then yeah, that motherfucker deserve to have some ego. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker deserve to have some ego. That nigga he is surviving in space and she is surviving in space. Them is some different motherfuckers right there. They ain't human. But from science and fact, there's not one person on this earth that can do that shit that I just said. That's not possible at all, bro.
You're funny.
That's all I'm just like, bro. At the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. You Dave Chappelle, Kevin Hart, Kim Kardashian, Kanye West. You're not great. You're just a human being. And you just Floyd Mayweather, anybody.
Wait, hold on 1 second. I'm gonna have to stop you now.
No, bro.
I'm gonna have to stop you.
No, you know what?
You're right. As far as they don't have to have ego.
But no.
But they're great.
They are great in what they do.
They're not great.
But overall, they're not great, bro. They're great in what they do. Because at the end of the day, bro,
they're great at what they do. So we don't have to say.
But no. People gotta understand. They gotta humble themselves. There's no legends.
There are legends, brother.
Listen, there's no legends. There's no goats. There's none of that shit. At the end of the day, when your ass die and your ass is in the grave, folks, centuries go by, you're not gonna be the talk of the town, bro. Time is not gonna go back to be like, oh man, I remember he made that movie. Everybody, yeah, like Michael Jackson, man, he's good at what he do. Anybody that's great, man, I respect they hustle, man. It's not me hating, but at the end of the day, life goes on, man. Like Tupac say. Of course, it's all about what you know. The more, man, this is another topic to get into, man, because it's like,
go on.
I feel like you can enjoy life more, man, when you don't really, you just live. You do what you need to do. You find what you need to find. You grab hobbies that you want to grab. And you do those things and you outlive those things the best way you can, man. That's so simple.
Brother, I 100% agree with you.
It's very simple, brother.
1,000%.
It's very simple, but
brother, and I'm only saying this right now.
Yeah.
Because what you said really hit me.
Yeah.
I really, really, really believe that.
Even in relationships, man, it's very simple.
It's very simple.
But
what I've learned, what I've learned, only being through relationship, this past relationship. What I've learned is
Freddy.
Yeah. What I've learned is it's
slow uphill.
It doesn't work that way because of it doesn't work that way only because of the rules that were applied, and I'm gonna continue.
Yeah.
The rules that were applied to the dating game, the rules that were applied to relationship.
What rules?
The rules that were applied or assumed by law of nature.
For example?
For example, because of our history, people of today, and this is also why human race continues to live on, but the people of today base their today off of how things work tomorrow or yesterday.
That's a problem.
And then try to fix things of yesterday based off of tomorrow because today shows a tomorrow. Now, I've been somebody who is very much fuck money. Fuck this construct that they put us in. I'm conflicted because a big part of my soul is based off of the idea of money it doesn't matter. And
I mean, it does though.
But let me out. It doesn't matter about money. It doesn't matter.
Not overall. Yeah, I'm listening.
Yeah.
My fault. I just said it. I didn't throw the sauce on that.
There's a part of my soul that realizes that doesn't matter. That the ideas that we think about, as far as status quo, as far as what can you do for me and what can you do for me, these ideas don't matter as much. They don't matter, but the reason they didn't, or let me take it back, they didn't matter. When I went through the relationship, I realized it mattered. It mattered in the sense where if two people get together and don't talk about, two people can get together and talk about the things they expect from a woman or a man, but it's all based off of how they feel that time. Now, you go through the relationship, and this is my first relationship, brother. You go through it and you realize, oh, you know what, my values are here. And she realized, oh, well, my values are here. Not that they're opposite. But you're not realizing what your values are because you're experiencing the relationship. What do you really want? And I think I forgot what I was saying.
No, it's all right, man.
All right, hold on. Do you remember what you were saying before I started?
Yeah, man.
What was you saying?
The fact of just, I don't know, man. We just blow things out of proportion.
Oh, that it could be so simple.
Yeah, it's just so simple, man.
So, before I got into my relationship, brother, I was very simple-minded. I only had so many outfits, so much money, but I knew I could live my day-to-day. I knew I could get my money. I knew I could get my food. I knew I could create my art. And the person that I started a relationship with knew that too. And we both believed that at the time. Now, I think once you get into a relationship, once it reaches a certain point where it's now like, what are we doing? I know we are doing it. We're happy each day by day.
Mm-hmm.
But I was conflicted because it got to a place where I was expected to provide, and and this was a while ago.
Yeah.
I didn't know at all that a woman would ever expect me to provide. I didn't think that was even a thing.
Yeah.
And I also never even thought it was a thing that I should expect myself to provide. So going deeper into the relationship, I realized I want to be a brother who provides.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Hell yeah.
But what am I providing right now based off of the lifestyle or the life that the partner of mine wants? No, that's not a question for you.
Oh, okay.
It's me asking myself. Once you're in a relationship, you realize the habits of your partner. What makes your partner happy? And there's half of it that has nothing to do with money. But the things that have to do with money, what are those things?
Yeah.
Can you afford those things comfortably?
Yeah.
Are you happy when you do it? Those questions you have to ask yourself. And this is all of a talk of me thinking about my first relationship. In that first relationship, it's very essential that you figure out, you have to go into that relationship thinking about it as a study. What is this woman, doesn't mean that all other women would be this way, but what does this woman need to be overall happy within this relationship?
It's not what she need, though.
Not just happy on her own, which she should be, but what would make this relationship, what makes this relationship happy for this woman? And I realized going through a relationship based off of what I want to provide and make happy and make happen versus what she needs. What can I do? And is it enough for what she needs? And if it's not enough, do I want to do more to give her what she needs?
Oh, man.
These are the questions you got to ask yourself in a relationship. And the same thing for a woman. It's
Not for
a
me
man's
now,
perspective.
man. I'm single, but not for me now, man. I'm gonna ask myself that bullshit.
Brother, you have to.
No, you
have
don't.
to.
You know why? Because that's the problem. It's a lot of men out here that know how to play the man role, but don't know how to be that manly role.
Continue.
If that makes sense.
Continue it.
It's just like, man,
Because right now you might drift off of the question.
no. I'm
Do
saying,
you remember what I was talking about?
yeah. You was talking about, knowing what you need to provide for this girl. Now y'all to a point where it's like, all right, what's next? What do I need to do to make this continue to roll the train wheels to keep rolling how it should be rolling, right? Which is what I need to provide for. What things I need to bring to the table as a man for to keep this relationship going strong, right? I feel like as a man, a real man, you shouldn't even have to get to that point, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
It's not about a point.
No. I'm saying that's the problem. There's a lot of men out here that know the rules and regulations of playing that manly role. You know what I'm saying? Providing.
A lot of men don't.
But they really don't know how to play that manly role.
They don't even know what the manly role is, brother.
Some of them do, man.
What do you think the manly role is in a relationship?
See, that's
in your relationship. How about that?
I feel like the manly role
In your relationship.
in my relationship, man. See, I feel like, man, every relationship is different. There's sometimes you gotta understand a manly role. Sometimes with different women, their manly role get more, task as being that man in that position. They get more tasks than the next man.
Yeah.
You do believe that, right?
I do believe that.
Okay,
But
so
what about your relationship? What do you think? Like, let's say there's a woman right here, and you want her. You already want her, and she's like, "Oh, okay, I'll give myself to you, brother."
Mm-hmm.
But what does that come with? What do I get as far as the manly role? I play the woman role, the manly role. You could also play you could also say what you would expect from your partner.
I feel like some things expect the unexpected, if that makes sense. I probably am using the wrong explanation, but when it comes to playing the manly role, what I see in being a manly role, depending on the relationship, man, is of course, a provider.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
In what way?
Mentally, physically, and spiritually, brother.
Not financially.
Spiritually, physically is financially.
Okay.
And it could be mentally as well, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I hear it. Gems. Yes, sir.
Mentally, physically, and spiritually provided. That's all the woman is looking for, man.
Okay, but that's I agree with you. But it's also vague based, like, let's say someone's listening to us and their spirit's one way, their mental's one way, their finance or physical's one way. They might think, all right, physically, mentally, they might think, you know what I mean?
You need
room for them to think.
Man. What I mean is,
let's go with mentally first.
As a provider, as a being a man, and when you want to have, your partner, you as a man, all you got to focus on is being a provider in these 3 stages. Now, these are the main. It's like when you go to the website, man, and it says, like, you go to a shoe website, right, man, and it says shoes, man, woman. You bring the little clicker over the men, and then it could be like new arrivals, discounts. That's what I mean. The 3 top would be spiritual, physically, and mentally. Provide.
I hear you, bro.
When you provide physically, when I say physically, physically is meaning, when it's time to comfort her, she needs to be comforted. You step in there, man. When it comes to, you gotta wear, you know what I'm saying, the pants in both legs, you know what I'm saying? You gonna do that.
What does that mean?
Well, wait. And if she needs to wear the pants in the situation, and she's cool with you letting her wear the pants in the situation, you already know, look, baby, you got that. You know what I'm saying? And then if both of y'all got to be in each pants leg,
respect,
you know
bro.
what I'm saying?
I love this.
That's how it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? You're providing physically. You're making sure the kids eating. You know what I'm saying? You making sure your wife's happy. You making sure you recharging yourself every night to make sure that you are being a good father, a good husband. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
Recharging yourself, man.
Talk about it.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, look, it's just malarkey, man.
You got any tips for brothers to recharge themselves?
Man, that's the thing. Everybody has a different form of recharging, man. Some people, one thing I can't say,
yes, sir.
If it's a form of recharging where you're doing this, you're smoking this, or even, damn, you're getting trippy as hell. Make sure you're always in control. You always got to be in control, man. Because once this start messing with you and you saying, hey, man, this is my form of recharging, you ain't really recharging.
You escaping, brother.
You trying to escape, my brother.
Yes, sir.
And what you trying to escape, what you trying to use to escape, man, is just a false prophet, my brother.
Yes, sir.
To your form of recharging. So, brother, if you got to recharge, look, ain't nothing wrong with you taking a little bit of this. And, if you want to take this and you want to be in charge, you make sure, let's just say you take this and you go to some nice little beachfront. You know what I'm saying? Something that can help with just this instead of you being in your house drinking or you in your car drinking. Fully put some respect on your recharge, black man.
Brother.
That's how I feel towards life, man. I'm telling you, life is so simple, man. But now I apply more pressure to just having that mindset, man. But it just kind of frustrates me, man, when I just see, especially my black people, man, just going through it, man.